All right, Raymond McKenna.
So I just got appointed to this guy, apparently, Judge.
Okay,
It was Tony's case, but apparently, and it says he's got cases under, they don't have the Raymond McKenna file, but he also has several cases under the name Evan Scott. I wanted to see if maybe we could recall it for tomorrow. Like I said, I've never met the guy. Don't know anything about the cases.
now is he in custody or is he on bond?
This is literally, Judge, the first I know about this, to be honest.
Okay, let me-
Raymond
Raymond McKenna.
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring him out. All right,
Getting so many cases, I can't keep my head on.
yeah, is that the reason or is it because the Sooners?
Otherwise,
Is it because of this?
hey now,
Oh, I already know what
Hey.
happened. Jason is over there having joy.
I got a good story for you.
Okay. All right, Rodney Patterson. Yes, he's zoomed in. All right, Mr. Patterson, you need to show your video. Thank you. And please find a stationary place because you make me dizzy.
Why is it always mine?
I don't know, but that building they're working on, it doesn't appear to be very stable at this point. Hopefully, they're gonna make it stable, you know.
Yes, ma'am. It's actually getting demoed.
Oh, well, you be careful on the demo.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so today is plea deadline date. So, oh, he can leave the hat on. That's okay, because I don't want him to get hit. And lately in Texas, what is it? I forget the name of the tree. McCray would probably know the name of the tree. It's the tree that drops all of acorn. There we go. That is very painful when it falls on your head.
Yes.
And they're just dropping everywhere. So are you all going to be asking for a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor, we're respectfully declining the offer.
All right. So how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 or 3 days tops, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-day jury trial date on Mr. Patterson. All right, so Mr. Patterson, your jury trial date is going to be December 2nd. You need to appear in court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Can
So, yes.
I wanted to know what was the official offer?
All right, so what I will do is I'll have your attorney call you. So I'm going to
Okay.
put you on mute right now. If you'll call him and let him know what the offer is, and we'll see if this is still going to be the jury trial date.
Understood, Your Honor. Ray had spoken to him before, but I'll call.
Okay. She's going to call you right now, so answer the call, and then you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the offer, okay?
Okay, so do I exit the Zoom?
No. I'm going to put you on mute and just speak with your
Okay.
attorney, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And Robert, whenever you're ready with your clients.
As soon as they bring him out, I'll talk to him. I'll just at least introduce myself.
All right, thank you. Who's here on Christopher Charles Joshua?
Present Judge.
Mr. Patterson, if you want to zoom out to answer the phone from your attorney, you're more than welcome to do so. All right, where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, discovery's been completed. It's, I think we've got everything the state has. At this time, the state has proffered a pretrial diversion offer. We are going to avail ourselves to that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD setting for Mr. Joshua. All right, we're going to come back on December 9th. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Your Honor, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. All right, just give me a moment. Let me find Mr. Joshua on the docket. And you said December 9th, correct?
Sure.
Honestly, it's being a little bit slow. Just give me a moment.
Judge, you take all the time you need.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate you, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're so welcome. I try.
I mean, well, some days you'll have to try more than me.
All right, and who else you wanted to speak about, Mr. Edelman?
Luis Alec Martinez, Your Honor.
All right, Luis Alec Martinez. come forward. All right, where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, I am still reviewing discovery. We were just retained on this case, I think about a month ago. You've got a few issues on this one. First off, I'm requesting documents from my client that might negate some of the amount in regard to these charges.
Mhm.
I also need to obtain, and I believe the state needs to obtain as well, a birth certificate for Mr. Martinez. When we ran his NCIC and TCIC, it's coming back with several hits. I've discussed the situation with my client. Part of the concern is that the NCIC and TCIC is indicating that my client is not a naturalized US citizen. My client is stating that he in fact is.
All right.
There's-
So if he's not a citizen, will your firm be taking care of the immigration issues?
You'll have to seek outside counsel for that, Judge.
All right.
And Your Honor, for the complainants in this case, will need to run NCIC TCs, IC on those and make that available to defense counsel for inspection.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you recall this in December for discovery, please. We can just put it on the 9th with his other client.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just send the reset form. We'll talk to you real quick, President, okay? We'll have to sit back over there in a few. Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Kylin Gutierrez.
He wants to address the court about my ability to represent him, Your Honor.
Okay,
How are you doing, Your Honor?
doing great.
Today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birth month. You know, I think that everybody should celebrate the entire month.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think, Mr. McCray, you recently had a birthday.
I did, right?
Well, I-
62 at this point.
62, you look awesome for 62, I must say.
Thank you, Judge.
You know, the older we get, the more certain ages are not considered old. I think 100, that's not old at all. Well, I'm making my way towards 60.
Judge, don't you have a birthday month?
I celebrate the entire month. Now, mind you, I only celebrate the month. Other people decided that they were going to start at the end of October and continue through December. That's not me. That's other people, but I'm accepting of it because I don't want to disappoint anyone.
I just want that one day, Your Honor.
You just want one day?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, see, my problem is my birthday is at the beginning of the month. And when you think about it, it's like, you only get one day.
That's all I want, Judge.
That's all. Yeah. You know, I always tell people you should celebrate the entire month because when you were born, I'm sure you at least gave your parents a month of joy. You know, they were probably like, oh my gosh,
No,
smile.
I don't know that first one,
Okay.
especially on the first one. It's sort of like, oh my God.
I'm like, what have I done? What do we do? We don't know how to do this. All right. So let me explain something to you. I don't know what your issue with your attorney is, but I'm going to tell you what I've told every person who's been before me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I've been a defense attorney. I've been a prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I've run my court a certain way because when I was a defense attorney and a prosecutor, you pick up things from other judges and then you decide what you feel would work and what you would have liked if you were a defense attorney or prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this court, I require that I make sure that everybody have all their discovery. Of course, we're not going to be up in here a year waiting for discovery, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the other thing I require that attorneys receive offers from the state.
Right.
And when your attorney receives an offer, ethically, they're obligated to give that to you. Now, you may think that offer is ridiculous, right? But I tell people, let's not say those words because then people get here. And I want everybody to be at this level when they negotiate. So if your attorney gives you an offer, that's the offer the state has made. Defense attorneys, this is what people think. Defense attorneys believe sometimes, defendants believe sometimes that defense attorneys can control what offer the state is going to make. They really can't. All they can do is they could present maybe mitigation to the state and say, hey, this is why you should consider giving this person probation. Or either they can present something to them and say, this is why this case should be dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you know what the state will do? in this court, I will tell you, the state will consider the argument that the defense is making.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you know what they could say? You know what? You're right. We're going to dismiss it. Or you know what? You're right. The offer that we're making is too much.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what they may say.
Yes, ma'am.
Or they may say, no, this is the only offer we're making. And then once your attorney presents that offer to you, you have one or two choices. You can say, I'll accept it, or you can say, I won't accept that, but let me make a counter offer. Tell the state I'm willing to accept A, B, and C. And then your attorney will let the state know he won't accept that, but here's a counter offer for you. And then guess what? The state can say, oh, let's consider that. And they can say, yeah, we'll accept this counter offer. They can say, no, the only thing we're offering is A. And then your attorney will bring that back to you. And then now you have a choice. Either you're accepting what the state's offer, or either you want a jury trial. That's the thing. Now, I can tell you, some attorneys have great bedside manners. What do I mean by that? They sit with you, they hold your hand, they talk to you about how your day is going, how's your family doing. There are some attorneys, they're not into that. They're like, I'm here about this specific case. These are the elements the state needs to prove. These are the facts I have. And this is police report. Let me defend you. So that's where we are.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is your issue?
My issue is Mr. McCray would not let me get one word in. Judge Boyd, I wanted to at least speak my testimony.
All right, so let me talk to you about speaking your testimony. If you're speaking of your testimony as something that you want to present to me,
Yes.
the only time you're allowed to present that to me is if you decide to testify. And I'm sure your attorney has told you, that's completely up to you, whether you testify or not.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure Mr. McCray has probably told you the good things and the bad things if you decided you wanted to testify. Right? As far as speaking to me and saying, oh, my case should be dismissed, and here are the facts that I want to tell you, this is not the part of the process where I received that information. The part of the process where I received that information is if you have some kind of mitigation. For example, if you say, yeah, I could hypothetically, yeah, I committed a theft, but let me tell you why I committed that theft. I'm starving or something of that nature. I'm trying to feed my children. Doesn't mean that you didn't do it. It just means that you're trying to say, Judge, go a little light on me because let me just tell you about my life.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
that's the only time. So for you to be telling me what you think the facts of your case are, guess what? If you want to tell me stuff right now, anything that you say can be used against you at jury trial. That's where this ends up. So sometimes attorneys are trying to protect clients from themselves. I've had plenty of clients where I've had to protect them from themselves. And then some of them like, you know what? I'm still going to do my own thing. And I'm like, an explosion is going to occur and you're going to get the blowback from it. So you understand?
I do now. Yes, ma'am.
All right. See, sometimes we just need to.
I just need to talk. I'm sorry. This is my life and it's a very important day. I'm sorry.
No, here's the thing. Every single case is extremely important. People tell me sometimes I take too long on cases, but you know what I tell them? The person who's standing before me, this is extremely important to them because it's their life. This is a criminal court. You're looking at probation or you're looking at prison time. You understand?
Yes.
So that's where we are.
Yes, ma'am.
So is there any other issues with Mr. McCray? So then the next thing I need to discover from both parties is where are we on discovery? This is where I'm trying to figure out if your attorney has received everything from the state that he needs to adequately and professionally represent you, okay? All right, so is there any outstanding discovery that you know of, Mr. McCray?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, have you been, lately, there's been an issue with downloads. Have you been able to download everything?
Yes, sir.
All right. State, were you able to tender an offer?
I said there's a today only offer.
Okay, so here's the thing. The state has tendered an offer to you. I'm gonna have you sit in the box and internalize it because the state is saying that offer is for today. That's it. So I'm gonna give you a chance to discuss that with your attorney. And if you decide you don't want to accept it, then we'll move towards a jury trial, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Tyler Ashbaugh.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
All right, it's
Well.
always great seeing you.
Too.
All right, so on this case, I guess we're headed towards jury trial.
Well, I believe the setting for today was a final discovery matter. I do have a motion to present to you. I've conferred with the state.
Sure.
It's a motion to permit us to access and examine the scene of the alleged offense, Judge. And the reason I'm presenting this to you now, and I know it seems like it's coming a little bit late, is because I never anticipated that this would become an issue.
Okay, so when you say the scene, why do you need my permission to go out to the scene? Where is the scene alleged to be?
And I'll explain that to you, Judge. I never thought I would be in a position where I would be having to ask the court either. The scene, this would be in a church parking lot.
Okay,
And so I'm not asking to go into anybody's residence, anything that I would consider, or I
well,
don't.
here's the thing. State, are you objecting to this? Because he has a right to go out to the scene.
Judge, no, we're not objecting to it, but it's, I believe, a private property, so we cannot enforce anything on that.
So, and if you let me explain, Judge.
Sure.
So, we were ready to go to do our investigation. We were anticipating taking photographs, videos, measurements, these types of things. It's my position that what we would, and I anticipated that what we would be getting would be exculpatory in nature. I fully believe that. Now, our investigator called the church just to give them a heads up. We didn't want them to be surprised, like, hey, who are these people that are going out there that are, taking videos and photos? We wanted to let them know and be upfront with them. And however, my investigator spoke with the pastor, and it was his position that he did not want us to go out there, and he was not going to allow us to
All
go
right,
out
so let me
there.
ask you this. Which church is this and who is the pastor?
It is on O'Connor Road. It's called something Calvary Church,
All right, what's the full name of the church?
and the pastor's name is Matt Lighty, Leighty. I have his phone number.
All right. I'll have a seat and we'll take that up.
Okay, so just need to get him on the phone, and when
Yes,
he's on speaker, let the court know.
yes,
Judge, can I reapproach on my case?
yes. We're gonna do McKinney, and then after McKinney, it's gonna be Patterson. Mr. McKinney, come down. All right, so, Counselor, you're hired on these?
I Judge, Tony Jimenez was appointed, now I'm appointed. Apparently, we think the indicted case, the one that's set today, may be with intake on the other case. There's no file today. I want to see if we could recall it for tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Mr. McKinney and I talked, I have a little better understanding of what we're dealing with, but I'd like to look at the file.
all right, we won't be able to call it for tomorrow, but we can recall it for Thursday.
I'm in Kendall County on Thursday. Could we do Friday?
No. But, I mean, you want to do it November 4th?
I have a out of town hearing, then I've got a hearing on that Cotter case with the MAG office.
All right, the 7th?
I should be able to, if we can do it early, I'm gonna start a murder trial on the 5th and the 4/37th, but I don't think they start till 10.
All right, if you're ahead, we'll take you up at 9:30 on the 7th.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right, Mr. McKinney, this attorney has recently been appointed to represent you, so they need to make sure they have discovery and everything. You understand?
Yes, I understand fully. Ms. Boyd.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
If you would allow me, I'd like to bring to the court's attention my recent,
That's something, because that's legal, that's something you'll need to speak to your attorney about.
No, I understood. It's just why I have the opportunity to establish a record, considering that he just got appointed at that time. Mr. Jimenez was my attorney. The magistration was held with me not having any counsel.
So let me explain something to you, and if I'm wrong on the law, I'm sure your attorney will correct me. But when you're magistrated, it's not an adversarial process. The only thing the magistrate judge is doing is telling you what your rights are and setting a bond.
From what I'm aware of, it's Supreme Court ruling stating that you are allowed the assistance of counsel through all criminal proceedings. And in that particular matter, I was negated that right under the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution.
All
So
right,
I
if
just
you,
just like to get the course record established with that.
no problem. We can put that on the record if you want to put that on the record.
Yes, ma'am, I would love to, please.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009-238, 2024 PF 16224, and 2024 PF 16225. State of Texas versus Raymond McKenna. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
And Ferris Edelman.
Defense?
Robert Mauer for defendant.
Are you Mr. McKinney?
Yes, I am, Ms. Boyd.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
That'd be difficult. And,
Well, no, because I need to swear you in.
okay,
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
no disrespect to the court, Ms. Boyd.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't swear. That's what I'm trying to bring to
All right.
your attention. I don't
All right,
swear.
let me ask you this. Do you affirm that you will tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I guarantee to the court that I would definitely tell the truth, and I'm
All right.
aware of perjury.
All right,
And
you wanted to
that I
play
won't
something?
do.
Something on the record?
Yes, ma'am.
You may proceed.
I'd like to place on the record that I was recently magistrated by Judge Ramirez. It was this past Thursday or Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And I was without counsel. And from my understanding, the Sixth Amendment grants you the right in all criminal proceedings to be able to have this assistance of counsel, which I didn't have during that re-magistration. During my first magistration, counsel was provided through the public defender's office, and that was negated in this recent re-magistration. So I want to just make sure that it was brought to the court's attention and the record was established with that, so there could be an objection that the court was notified of in that regard.
All right, you said something interesting. You said that the public defender's office was present?
In the first, and that was
Okay.
June 14th
Okay.
of this year.
All right. Defense, is there anything you wish to add?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you for letting me know.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
there's a record and it's been preserved, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. I'll see you on the 7th.
All right, thank. All right, are the parties ready on Shyna Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009696, State of Texas versus Shyna Renee Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Ferris Edelman.
Defense?
Renee Munoz.
And are you Miss Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Counsel, is this an application for deferred
It's an application for straight community supervision, Your Honor. I just didn't know how the court preferred it, so I just did both out of abundance.
All right, thank you. Did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Off the record for a moment, everyone, we are on the record. People need to whisper. And if you're behind the court reporter, you need to ask the deputy to move you. Do not talk behind the court reporter. All right, we're back on the record. Did you review the court admonishments and defendants' waivers and affidavit of admonitions with you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, I'm sorry, off the record for one moment. I need to speak with this pastor.
Oh,
Yes, Your Honor.
Just have a seat.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so this is on Ashbaugh.
Yes, it's on, you just gotta tap that. When it's.
Oh, well. Ah, I see it. Excuse me, Pastor. You'll just let me know the date and time, and then I'll give you all a date to come back. All right, we're ready to go back on the record on Shyna Gonzalez. All right, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams, as a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you all waiving the repeater enhancement allegation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any objections?
No objection.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. The state will take in consideration 2024 CR 009697, 2024 PF 17269, 2024 PF 17270, and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years and there be a participation in Esperanza Court. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, briefly. With regard to my clients, upon myself first meeting her, and our first visits, I knew that there were some issues present. You know, she's in the yellow, she is pregnant at this time, and she is charged with, drug offenses, which led me to believe that there might be issues with substance use disorder, Your Honor. I did also see prostitution in her criminal history, so I did take it upon myself to, ask the court, previously, which granted to, have it referred for Esperanza Court. I know Esperanza Court does great work. I've worked with them some times in the past, and they have evaluated her, deemed that she does meet criteria. And an email from Ms. Perez, Natalie Perez, the case manager, stating that if the court would consider granting her with the condition of Esperanza Court, that they are willing to accept her into that program, Judge. So I spoke with my client and explained the Esperanza Court's, the criteria that has to be met to get in and what would be expected of her if she is in the program. And she is willing to abide by that. She wants to change her life around, not only for herself, but for her unborn child and for children she has as well, Judge.
All right, how many children do you have?
I have 3.
And who are they with?
I gave up my daughter for adoption and my son's with my stepfather and I'm pregnant right now.
All right, and who is this Antonio Pablo?
That
Hernandez.
is my kid. That's my first kid's father.
All right. So I'm ordering no contact with Pablo Antonio Hernandez, and that's based upon what's in the police report. There'll be a referral to Esperanza Court. She's to remain in custody until transferred. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. If not accepted into Esperanza Court, then I want her brought back to court. So she is only to be released to Esperanza Court. When's the last time you had employment?
Oh, I have my own lawn care business.
All right, everybody's doing lawn care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, let me just tell you, that's gonna stop. You're gonna have to have a business. You understand?
Mhm.
And when I say a business, if you're doing lawn care, you need to have a DBA and all of that. Otherwise, I'm not accepting that. You're gonna have a job where you actually get a W-2 or whatever. You understand?
Mhm.
So there's gonna
Yes,
be
yes,
proof
ma'am.
of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. CPS compliance, is CPS back in your life? They probably will be, counsel. I'm gonna want field visits one time per month until further notice. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once parenting classes are completed, the restitution will be deemed satisfied.
That restitution judges that 200.
200 community service hours restitution. There is to be 2 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
This, the Esperanza program.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Honor.
Have a
Happy
good day.
And just 1 second. Oh, she can go back in the box.
Yeah, approach your honor.
I spoke with the pastor and he just basically gave me a list of days and times that are no-go times, but other than that, he said, whenever we're free.
All right, so then there's no need for the court to sign an order?
He's in agreement now. I don't see the need. He's agreed. If it becomes an issue, I'll present it again though. Well, I think to be safe, I probably should get it signed because he did.
Well, let's just see. You know, I always say, once you give people legal paperwork, then people get their hackles up. So he said that he's gonna allow you to come out
Yes.
with different times.
Yes.
If there's an issue, just come back to the court.
Okay, fair enough, Judge. So if we could just get one, hopefully, final reset for discovery this time.
All right, so when, do you have a specific idea?
I don't, I have to coordinate with our investigator on a time that's good for him.
All right, so I'm gonna give you guys the time. This is gonna be the last time.
All right.
Norman, recall this for November 12th. Yes, sir. And that's the last discovery unless the pastor says he's not letting you out.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And actually, my client had a request. He's on, I believe, GPS partial just for work,
Mhm.
but his wife is now
Have
attending.
you already addressed?
It's something else, Judge.
All right, have you confirmed with the state?
No, I have not.
All right, you need to confirm
Okay.
with the state. All right, thank you. Thank you for addressing appropriately for court.
Yes, Your Honor. You have a blessed day.
All right, thank you, you too. Oh. Kylin Gutierrez?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Am I pronouncing your first name correctly?
Kylan, yes, ma'am.
All right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it gets real confusing. You did it right though. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009938, State of Texas versus Kylan Michael Gutierrez. Did you understand you're charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I did, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state opposes your application for probation. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, or if the court were to grant your application, there's a request for a TAP evaluation. Did you understand that was a recommendation and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Off the record for a moment, can I have parties approach? There would be nothing to drink water from the hose. I never put my lips on the hose though. I never put my lips on the hose though.
I remember those times.
Yeah, those were good times,
Those were
right?
good times. Those were
Yeah.
good times. Yeah, no problem. I'm not from here, so I kind of know. I know.
Thank you.
And I'll review that report with you when we find no objections.
All right. Can I borrow a stapler, please?
Thank you. And Judge, would you like us to put it on the record that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're back on the record.
And Judge, the state is offering about 5 additional pages for state exhibit number 1 with its attachments. We've asked for it to be entered. We disclose that to defense. And also it's been stapled to state exhibit number 1 with its attachments.
And those are the original police reports, again, which I reviewed with Mr. Gutierrez, and we found no objections.
All right, thank you. Then the state will accept it into evidence. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Counsel, it is taking about 8 weeks for a PSI. If you would like, we can have him back sooner. I can just request that a top evaluation be done. You'll have time to bring in whatever witnesses you want, and I'll ask for the criminal history from the state.
I think that'll be fine, Judge. If you'll expedite it for Mr. Gutierrez, I think he'll be satisfied with that.
All right, Ms. Abrams, 2 weeks? All right, I need a 2-week reset. And just, we're back on the record, and for the records, defense, are you waiving the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor, but you're gonna do the TAP evaluation?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I can do November 14th.
That's fine.
All right, so we're gonna come back on November 14th, counsel. And
Is that okay?
Mr. Gonzalez, so Mr. Gutierrez.
Yes.
So this is what will happen on that date. I'm gonna have a TAP evaluation, will tell me any drug issues that you may have had. And then the state is gonna bring me your criminal history. And then your counsel will have a chance to present witnesses if you have witnesses that you want me to hear before sentencing. All right, do you understand everything?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you
then
so much.
you're welcome. We'll see you on November 14th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Bashan, on Mr. Gutierrez, we're only doing a TAP evaluation. You're welcome. And where is Mr. Aguilera?
Look, they're right there, Judge.
All right, if he'll come forward. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, there's some medical records that I was just retained about 3 weeks ago, and there's some medical records I'm trying to get to the state, based on Mr. Aguilera's most recent medical situation. He was arrested, at the time of his arrest, he was taken to the University Medical Center, was in field custody there for about a week or so.
So those are the records you're asking for?
Yes, Judge, and he had a surgery that I think, from what I can tell, removed part of the leg.
We're gonna bring this back in 30 days. That will be the final discovery date. I need a 30-day reset for discovery. You wanna just put it on December 2nd? All right, so we're gonna come back on December 2nd. All right, is there anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, so other than that discovery, counsel, you've received all the discovery from the state?
I believe so, Judge, yes.
All right, then once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Aguilera, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Galaxy, Maria, Guerrero, Alvarez. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 010330, State of Texas versus Galaxy Guerrero Alvarez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Sandra Vargas for the state.
James Seeloff for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so parties for the discovery acknowledgement, I have a PF number. Is that the same case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, I have, including all the misdemeanor cases that we're going to take into consideration.
All right. And did you review that with your client?
Yes, I have. I took what they have.
All right, court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you understand you're charged with injury to a child elderly disabled with intentional bodily injury? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CC 736223, 2024 CR 009623, County Court Cause number 731512, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's our plea.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years, that there be 40 hours of community service restitution. There's to be no contact with Alec Martinez and Marina, anger management, TAP evaluation, follow all recommendations from the TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Off the record for a moment. Marco,
Yes, sir.
the case that was dismissed, the CC, I believe that's a county court cause number. Okay, all right. We're back on the record. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we'll waive PSI, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client is 4 months pregnant at the current. I asked the court to follow the recommendation of the state, which is deferred adjudication in this case. It'll give us a 4-year window of time in order to make sure that she stays off of drugs and stays on the narrow path.
All right, so what's happening with your CPS case?
It's still going. I just finished one class and I'm currently on drug tests and, I'm doing good with those 3 months. And once I, do eventually get out, like I'm still gonna do, those 3 other classes
How
that
many children do you have?
I have 2,
What are their ages?
4 and 2.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
All right. So here's the issue with the court, right? I'm going to follow your agreement, counsel,
Thank you.
but this is what you need to realize. You already had a CPS case pending
Yes.
and you pick up this case. And according to the person who was trying to help you, you've been drinking alcohol at that time and still using drugs. Do you have any idea what drinking alcohol and doing drugs does to your unborn child?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me ask you this, because people say that and they really don't internalize it. Let me ask you this. Your 2-year-old, your 4-year-old, would you let them drink alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Would you let them do meth
No,
or
ma'am.
heroin or anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, guess what? Your unborn baby, you're giving that child alcohol, you're giving that child drugs. That has to stop. because I've done CPS cases before and I represented children before.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what ends up happening when children are born addicted to drugs? They go through withdrawals. Have you ever gone through withdrawal?
No.
All right, well, let me just explain to you what ends up happening. What ends up happening is babies are in pain because they're going through withdrawals. They are craving what you've been giving them, alcohol and drugs. They have shakes. They are just constantly, it looks like seizures, and they are in major, major pain. So you're going to have to change your ways. If you do not, what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose custody of all your children.
That's
You
fine.
understand? Now, if you don't want to be a mom for them, you can sign your rights away.
No, ma'am, I have all of my rights.
All right. So that's what I'm telling you. You had better start looking out for more than yourself, because guess what? Your 2-year-old and 4-year-old, you can't just send them to Travis Park and say good luck to you. And when you are using and you're not clean and sober, guess what? You are sending them to Travis Park and saying good luck to you.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
the equivalent of what you're doing. So you're going to have to change. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. It will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Alice and Marina, Marina. They're asking for anger management, probation. I really think it's the drugs, because it appears that at the time of the offense, she was high on something as well as alcohol. So I'm not going to order anger management now. I'll hold it in abeyance. In probation, if something comes up and you feel she needs anger management, then we'll do anger management.
You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Thank
if you
you.
want anger management classes, you let them know.
Okay.
All right, there's to be a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow Rex. And I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court in custody. And counsel, if CPS has them in their drug court program, then I'll reconsider felony drug court. But for now, it's felony drug court. There's going to be 80 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she completes parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. Probation, if you can make sure that there's no overlap between what I'm asking for and what CPS is asking for. CPS compliance. Proof of employment within 40 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? All right, we can go off the record. So here's the thing. This is your chance. Everybody's giving you a chance to be a good parent, to be in your children's life.
Yes, ma'am.
From here on out, whatever you do, you need to be thinking about 2 things. 1, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years?
No,
You know, is this something that could potentially result in me losing custody of my children? If the answer is yes, then you should not be doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you need anything, just let the court know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're
Thank you.
excused. Thank you.
Thank you very much.